But her new body, when she tried, her new body would not go back into the water. It was not designed for that. She could not go back to tell them the good news, but she understood in her being, she understood in her soul that their time would come when they too would know what she now knew, and they would experience the freedom that she was experiencing. And so she raised her wings and she flew off into her joyous new life. And that is how I picture Raine today, flying around in her joyous new life, feeling fully the experience of freedom in her body and in her soul. Now Carol is going to come up and share with us a letter that Heather has written to her mom.
Words from Heather. My mom was special in so many ways to so many people. She was extremely talented and loved me with all her heart. I never doubted her love and acceptance of me. She gave me so many gifts. I contribute my artistic abilities to her. I, however, did not inherit her amazing ability to write and express thoughts and feelings on paper. Just a little aside now, Heather, after I have read this, I think you may want to rethink that. How did she do it? She was always writing and made it look so easy. As some of you know, just trying to write these words has put me in a state of sheer panic and has made me miss my mom all the more. Out of habit, I keep thinking I should call my mom and say, "Mom, could you help me write this?" She was the writer, and I am the talker. So my secret is out. I owe my college degrees to her. After my mom passed, I read all her poems, stories, and journals, and again I'm overwhelmed with her gift of writing and want to share all of it. I'm ashamed to admit that I never really read anything that she wrote before, but I'm thankful that I have them now. She truly was a loving and kind person that loved me immensely. She always tried to support and help me any way she could. She was my son's only babysitter until he was 9 years old. When her health started to deteriorate, she wrote down everything I would need to know to help handle situations that might arise. She even had her life story written out, knowing that I would have agonized over having to write it someday. She had everything written down to help me, except for this: her spirit actually moving on. So I'm on my own, as far as Raine goes. Her spirit and love will always be with me. It is most likely her spirit is helping me at this moment, because I am actually writing. My mom's passing seemed sudden to me. We talked the day before she went to the hospital, and 2 days before that we talked throughout one of our favorite TV shows, The Voice. We both liked Adam Levine's team the most. I was unable to watch the rest of the season without her. So needless to say, I was not prepared for the dire calls from the hospital. I was able to be with her constantly and heard her last 4 breaths, which woke me at 4 a.m. I was able to be with her constantly due to our amazing friends helping me so much. Thank you. I truly cannot explain how special my quiet moments with my mom were to me. My mom and I had always talked openly about death and dying, and our faith of God and our spirit moving on. So I knew she was not afraid to die, but she hung on and struggled to let go. I feel she just didn't want to or know how to truly say goodbye. I would tell her, "It's only a goodbye for now," or "See you later." Telling her to let go and start her new journey was difficult, but I was excited and happy for her spirit to be free with God, where she is free of pain and limits. I was and am only sad for myself because I miss her. but I know she will be waiting for me when my journey here is done. Our relationship was always close and complex. She had her flaws like everyone, but she tried her best and was always loving and caring. She always listened to me without appearing to judge or overreact. Once again, I surely don't know how she did that. I hate to admit, but as a teenager, I would go out of my way to try to get a rise out of her by saying ridiculous and shocking things. It never worked. She took everything I said in stride. She truly took people as they are and would try to see the best in everyone. I have so many great memories that I will cherish. She always believed in me and was my honest cheerleader in all my adventures. The last couple of years, it really bothered her to need help from people. It crushed her to not be able to buy or make gifts for the people she loved, or help her friends and family with things. These are not the things that mattered most to me. I valued our friendship and just talking with her about anything and everything. Her listening to me and being such a true friend is what I valued most and is what I will miss the most. Mom, I love you forever. I will still keep talking to you, knowing you are with me in spirit. I know that you are super proud of me because I wrote this all by myself. P.S. We all really miss your cookies.
So Heather requested this song. It was one that was special to her and Raine. I guess they sang it together a lot. Sometimes it feels like you and me against the world. When all the others turn their backs and walk away. You can count on me to stay. Remember when the circus came to town and you were frightened by the clown? Wasn't it nice to be around someone that you knew, someone who was big and strong and looking out for you and me against the world? Sometimes it feels like you and me against the world. And for all the times we've cried, I always felt that God was on our side. And when one of us is gone, and one of us is left to carry on, then remembering we'll have to do. Our memories alone will get us through. Think about the days of me and you and me against the world. and one of us is left to carry on. Then remembering we'll have to do, our memories alone will get us through. Think about the days of me and you and me against the world.
Tom Clancy wrote, "And if I go while you're still here, know that I live on. Vibrating to different measure, you will not see me, so you must have faith. I wait for the time when we can soar together again, both aware of each other. Until then, live your life to its fullest. And when you need me, just whisper my name in your heart, and I will be there." Lorraine's life was so full, like I started to say, every time I have a conversation with somebody about her, I find out all these new amazing things that I had no idea. I knew she sang bass in our choir, but I knew she sang in our choir, and she loved to sing. And her cookies are legendary. Heather tells me that finding her spiritual path in her journey here completely transformed her life. And she gave so much to this community that I'm still learning about as well. What we would love, however, is to have anyone who has a story about her to come up and share it and to tell us about her a little bit more. And we're going to ask you to come up and speak into the microphone because so everyone can hear you. We are recording this right now. And I'm going to start. Corinne.